Are we live? I think we are live. We are live. Oh my goodness. Been on stream for a minute. Been at least 2 months. 2 months since we've been on stream, man. I'm dead. Waiting. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Let me go ahead and send a link out. We'll get right into it, man. Sorry for having y'all wait. Man, I just got off of work. You know what it is. This heat in Houston is insane. Rock, hey, you did. You already know. You already know what happened. They won the draft last night. Stole the whole draft. Steal the whole draft. I won't call it stealing if they let us go ahead and take what's there. I don't know. You let us walk into your trap and take Cam Whitmore. I don't know, man. I don't know. Raptors suck. Y'all got that boy Grady. I'm not saying his last name. And I YouTube will copyright. They don't play that. But Grady's not bad. But the Rockets yesterday. I am. If you would have told me 2 months ago that we would have got Cam and Amen in the draft, I wouldn't have believed you. I wouldn't have believed you, bro. I literally would not have believed you. Let me send this link out. Let me send this out. Share it out so it's out there, man. How's y'all's day been, man? It's the weekend. What y'all doing this weekend? What's the plans? Besides watching the stream, which you tapped into, appreciate you for watching. What are the plans for the weekend, man? Oh, my goodness. Let's get right into it. Send this out. All righty. Whew, man. Nigga, he is a good shooter. And I think with Scotty there, man, like, and he provides length too, movement shooter. So nothing, just chilling. That's what's up. I mean, chill it's summer, so just chill. I mean, ain't really got to do too much. 1 second, fellas. 1 second. Trying to send this out now. Bro, if you are, I don't know where y'all are at right now, but in Texas, the heat is insane. This heat is insane. Like, damn near broke. I don't know if my AC broken or what, but it is insane out here right now. It is insane. I'm gonna have to get a towel because I don't know. But yeah, man. Let me get this out. This is taking so long. Okay. Alrighty. 1 sec. Bro, I'm showing that yes, Texas is hot as hell. This is a problem. Either people need to stop moving here, or I don't know, man. I don't know. This shit is out of here. 2023. All right, let me get into it. All right, let me go to my tweet. It shouldn't take too long. I should be good at this. I've been on Twitter while at work, so I should be able to do this quicker. But you know me, man. I don't know what's going on. Real quick. We are live. Tap in. And then we are going to send this out. Bet we are there. One more, a few more, and then we are set. And then, all right. All righty. Did I send it here? No, I'm not sending it here. Gotta promote. Yeah, Texas is hot as hell. It's disgusting. And this thing is blurry. What's going on? We good. But nah, again, the draft last night. People talk about this draft class. We've been talking about it for the past few years. We were wondering if this draft class was going to be one of the better ones. I mean, they just entered now, but I'm hyped for them. Outside of Wembanyama and everybody in Wembanyama, Scoot, man, I think there's a lot of sleeper picks in this draft. We're going to go over not all of them, but some of the big picks that I think were just, big moves, the draft winners. I hate saying draft losers. I'm going to go with draft question marks because I feel like y'all don't call me lame, but I feel like the night of these dudes getting into the NBA, what they worked for, I'm not finna call them losers. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna say maybe there's some question marks for what the team did and maybe their fit. But if there's a few question marks, we'll go over them, a few of that, and then we'll follow up and talk about some of these trades that have happened because I mean, before the draft even began, we've had some crazy moves in the NBA already. From Bradley Beal, which I made a video on that you got to go check out. Check that out for sure. Kristaps Porzingis now on the Celtics. That they failed that trade. He's now there. CP3 on the Warriors. Jordan Poole on the Wizards. Like, there's a lot of movement right before the free agency. So I'm not gonna lie, NBA offseason is always interesting. It's one of the better. We talk about the NBA being a all year sport. Even when the season's over, off season is just like a season in its own right, and it's fun. We enjoy it. So you know what it is. One of the deeper drafts. I think so. I think it definitely is. But Rockets top 2 winners. Matter of fact, but before I even get into the draft, who are y'all's winners? Who? No, matter of fact, give me your winners. No, just your winners. Just your winners from the draft last night. Just your winners. Because the offseason is more fun. I don't know. If you're a rebuilding team, and if you're rebuilding, offseason is always important because this is where you really get to, like, your team's not good in the regular season. So in the offseason, you get to do a little bit more and get to, sign players, add in more pieces. There's a lot you can do. So rebuilding the draft is interesting. It's way more fun as a rebuilding team because if you're a contending team, the draft is really basically like what young player can we add in just to play like maybe 10 minutes or just develop. But you're really drafting your future for a lot of these younger teams. So I hear you for sure. You think the Raptors won? Be honest with you. So you think the Raptors won? You really think the Raptors won? Come on now, you don't believe that. You don't believe that. I know y'all got that boy. That boy, no, Grady. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. But look, man, I think the first pick, of course. First of all, before I even get into it, if you are watching the stream right now, if you got on your notifications, leave a like on there. It supports the stream. It helps it get out on YouTube. Definitely leave a like. You're commenting. I appreciate you boys for sure. I want to keep doing this during the summer. I know I was on a long hiatus, but I've been kind of busy. But still posting videos. Be on the lookout for some big videos coming out this weekend. Definitely. The whole state of Texas won. That's shout out to Dallas. Shout out to Dallas. The Spurs, y'all knew y'all were gonna win from the jump, but y'all, shout out to Dallas for real. Dallas, we're gonna talk about Dallas too. They did a really, really good job. But again, leave a like on the stream for y'all boys out here. If you guys didn't know already, if you use code, if I can show it on there, show code on the banner right here, 20% off at Manscaped when you use my code DJ Stevo, 20% off. 50%, not 50%, 20% off and free shipping. Go ahead, check that out. It's hot. Most of y'all are guys. Y'all know what that means. Go ahead and protect yourself. Go ahead, Manscaped. Make your stuff good. But y'all know what I'm talking about. But let's get right into it. So look, first draft. Let me get it out here. Think I am on the first. Let me share the screen right here. Let me present it so we can take a look at it. So we all know who number 1 was. That guy from from France. We know who he is. Wembanyama. We know who he is. I personally think the way I'm on the wrong screen. Yeah, I'm on the wrong screen. Let me get to it right here. Let me go back. I was looking at his highlights just a few seconds ago. Bet 1 second. Make sure y'all can see on my end. Are we good? Yeah. Y'all can see it, right? Bet. Jet, you look, Elite. Hey, Elite, you are not lying. I had to go look at. I honestly thought he was gonna go to the Warriors. I thought he would be a perfect fit on the Warriors. But in my, Miami got one. Bro. Miami got one for sure. But we all know Victor Wembanyama. Look, personally, let me solo real quick. We all know how great Victor Wembanyama is. We don't really have to talk too much about the fact that we knew he was going number 1 off the rip, but we know how great he is. I think with him, when he enters the league, like day 1, from summer league, from preseason to when the regular season begins, he is going to be. I view it like it's literally, we were talking about it for so long. He's just like, when we talk about the height that LeBron James had, he has that exact same height. the exact same hype. And I might even think that it's even kind of like it's increased because if you looked at the draft last night, it felt as if like the first 5 minutes, first 10 minutes was the Victor Wembanyama draft. Like on NBA TV, before they switched to the draft, they said, "Oh, we're minutes away from the Victor Wembanyama draft," and I'm just like, "Damn!" Like, I mean, there's like 59 other dudes waiting to get drafted too, but that's how much great of a prospect he is, man. Like we know how great of a prospect he is. So, I mean, I just want to look at a few clips of him, and I just want to not break down, but just go over a few things that I'm going to see from him from the beginning. And I think off the rip at 7'5", incredible length. We know like and it's the mobility and the like when he first ends when he touched down when he touched down onto the court. I think off the rip he's going to be able to be one of the best rim protectors in the game and be one of the best defenders and rebounds in the game just off his size, period. So the Spurs have one in that. And you talk about what they have already with Jeremy Sohan, who is one of the better rookie defenders from last year, and Devin Vassell, who is a pretty good defender in his own right too. You say like actually really, really good. You have something in San Antonio where you're building that defensive unit already, and Victor Wembanyama is just going to make it impossible to score on them. He's going to make it impossible. Kind of a stretch that I said impossible, but he's that great of a defensive prospect, not including his offensive bag. And I just think that I said this in one of my videos beforehand. His role in the dunker spot, like he doesn't have to do too much on offense already to leave an impact. Like if you have a guy like not Jeremy Sohan, like Keldon Johnson, who averaged 22 points last year, he can get his own, and you have a guy who could just the opportunities are endless with Victor Wembanyama, and I think people are so crazed by his offensive abilities. Got lies like it's I'm not gonna say it's gonna come easy to him to score and to do all that, but he makes it look easy. He for sure makes it look easy. Just sitting in a roller, good passer. Like, and I think one thing that's underrated too, we don't talk about enough, just being in San Antonio. Just being in San Antonio. Weevo, what's good? What's good? What's good, Marley B? What's good, man? I'm not even showing my face. I thought my face was in here. What the heck? I didn't see my face. Again, it's hot as hell. I'm not gonna lie. But look, man, like I said already, there's not much to say about him. There's not much to say about him. Victor Wembanyama, we know how great he is. I think that the one thing that you want to look forward to when he plays his first summer league game, I want to see his offensive tool set, see what he does on the offensive end. I think again his on-ball creation looked great in France, but with the defenses that you've seen in the NBA, it's a little bit different. They scheme a little bit different for you. So if he's able to get his stuff off still, oh yeah, that's always shooting its own right. But we know how great Victor Wembanyama is. Again, yeah, playing under Popovich is huge. I think Popovich has. I want to go to the Spurs roster real quick. I just want to see their depth chart so far, and I don't think they have cap space, but like, let me share this screen. So yeah, right now free agency still hasn't begun. You have a lineup where you have, I think Keldon Johnson. I think they're gonna re-sign him. He's not on here. Oh, they haven't re-signed anybody yet. Oh well, I mean technically true. They have a lot of team options and stuff, but they're not gonna show it here. But where's it at? They won't show it there, but they have a lot of guys. They have a lot of guys where Popovich has like a whole new regime that he can create another, I won't say another dynasty, but another great young unit like he did back in the day with Duncan and David Robinson. And again, he coached those two players. He coached Tim Duncan, who his entire career, David Robinson, two guys who are Hall of Famers. And I just think that Wemby, again, in a great position. I know people were mad they didn't get him, but great position for them, man. Spurs got one. So they won the draft for sure just by getting the number 1 overall pick. Who do you consider a young core? That's a good question. I was going to ask that question later on. But I'll say this. When it comes to young cores, for me, I'll let y'all know now since y'all are watching the stream right now. Coming up this weekend, I'm working on the video, the top 25 players under 25. I think for you to be in a young core, you have to be under 25, not entering 25, under 25. And I think you shouldn't have played over, I want to say 6 to 7 years. I think by year 6, Year 6 is that's kind of where you're at as a player. Like, you're kind of like that's who you are. And I think that anytime anywhere below that is a young core. So I think young cores in the league right now, you'd have Memphis, who, you know, they got Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr., John Morant. I believe I won't call the Pelicans a young core because Brandon Ingram's 25, and I don't think you take him out the mix. Their young core is really just Zion and Trey Murphy. I would say the young cores in the league right now: Memphis, Indiana, Detroit, Orlando, Houston. I'm missing some people for sure. I can't think. Let me know in the comments. Who am I missing? Hey, you said it, not me. I don't think he's a shot chucker. He's inefficient, but like K gonna show some people this year. But again, yeah, like you were saying, the young cores in the league, do you have to be less than 6 years, under 25? But primarily, you don't have that much experience in the league yet. So like Austin Reeves, he's 25, but would he count as a player in a young core? I don't know. It's really, really like technical with it, but I think by default, the young cores that you think about in the league right now is OKC. I forgot OKC, Memphis, Houston, Detroit, Indiana, Orlando, San Antonio, and I think that's about it right now. Yeah, that's about it. Those are the young cores in the league. So that's what I would say. I mean, that's mine. Raptors, no, y'all boys. Well, nah. I mean, you got no OG's over 25. Nah. Raptors not right. No. Who is better right now, Detroit or Houston? Honestly, I think you go Houston, and I'll explain this when I continue with the rest of the picks. I want to continue. We haven't even got to the B Miller pick, but I think Houston slightly edges Detroit slightly. I think they slightly edge them, and it's primarily because Cade hasn't played as much, and I think the combination of getting in this draft class, Cam and Amen, two guys who are projected to be top 6, top 7 picks in this draft, it's incredible. It's just like you got two guys who you potentially could be starters in your core in the next 2-3 years. So, and be high value starters. Like they were projected to be that high. So that's my take on them boys, man. But let's continue, man. Let's get to my guy, B Miller. Hey, man, y'all are crazy. Matter of fact, let me go to Twitter real quick because y'all were doing my guy like dirty, bro. Like, I don't know. Y'all, let me type this in. Because y'all did, bro, disgusting. Like it wasn't right. It wasn't right. He said, man, I hate y'all. Yes, hate us. Hate us, OKC fans. Hate us. I need you to hate us. I need you to sit there and be mad. I want you to be mad, Go Bells. When you're looking at the stream, I'm looking at you. Be mad. Because you know damn well that we're coming. You know we're coming. And that's okay. Charlotte. Hey, David. I'm tripping. Charlotte is a young core. Charlotte's young core. Definitely. I forgot about them. Definitely. Because B. Miller, LaMelo, Miles Bridges is 24, I believe. Or 25, actually. I don't know. But y'all do have a younger core. Battle generational inefficient shotgunners. What is Scotty Barnes now? You tell me what Scotty Barnes does elite. You tell me what he does elite now. You tell me that. All right? No, bet. Thank you. No, thank you. Does he know? I hope we talking about him, but yeah. I hope you know. But let me get to the B Miller stuff, man. Like, to me, this is let me have my message now. Hold on now. Can't do that. If I can see it, but like, let me see. Can I?
Man. Michael Jordan.
Hold on. Yeah. Y'all, let me make sure y'all can see this. No, y'all can't see it. Duh. I don't know why I didn't do. Yeah, of course y'all can't. Bet. Pause. Skinny, come on, bro. What you talking about, dog? Skinny, you come in here every single time talking about some. Just hey, look, the Texas teams are you a Dallas. Funny, Skinny is weird. He's a Dallas and Houston fan. I don't understand how you. I guess you love Texas. My guy. But look, this is Hornets fans' reaction to Brandon Miller going to.
You've owned the Hornets.
And let me know in the comment section if y'all can hear properly. I want to make sure the volume's up on my end. So let me know if y'all can hear.
Since I've been a fan, man, and every time I think you're about to do something like bad, you do something worse.
Damn.
Hornets fans have been through it all since day one.
That's true. Y'all for sure drafted Cody Zeller, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Whew. Yeah, y'all boys in Charlotte.
We have drafted more busts than any franchise.
Also, what type of haircut is this?
We've had to put up with so much stuff. It has affected my mental to be a fan of this team. And the moment I think, okay, this is it. This is our breakthrough, you know? We draft Brandon Miller. So I'm rooting for the guy, I guess. It was the wrong pick. I'm rooting for the guy, but that's all. Michael Jordan.
See, this is my thing, right? I get it. I get it. And I totally get it, man. I get it. Brandon Miller on I ain't gonna lie to you. When I was at work yesterday, I for sure I did not want Brandon Miller in Houston. Primarily because of the players above him. I think Scoot and Amen are just better players. And I think that it would have been kind of redundant to get Brandon Miller and have Jabari Smith from the last draft. It would have been very redundant having those two pieces. But man, bro, like the way people reacted to having Brandon Miller was just like, man, this shit's not even right, bro. Like I need to show you. I need to get the picture of the mascot, bro. Like the mascot. This was when I was like, okay, like we're doing too much now. Like we're doing too much. We're doing too much. We're doing too much. We're doing too much. Hold on. Look at the mascot. Oh, y'all can see that? No, y'all can't see it. Bad, perfect. He cannot see it. Let's see it. Let me get it. Yeah, bet. Y'all can see it.
The Charlotte Hornets select Brandon Miller.
Look at the mascot. I mean, of course, we're going to have some happy fans here and there, of course. But bro. Let me say this about Brandon Miller. I hope he comes out. I hope he comes out and becomes a really, really good player. I really hope he does. I hope he does. There are definitely question marks with his play. Come on. Wi-Fi is kind of, what's wrong with that? Oh, we're good. Scooter's a way better player. I think Scooter's a better player, definitely. I think he is a better player. I don't think Brandon Miller is just trash like many people think he is. And I think a lot of people, they think that just because, you know, you have two other players above him, he's not going to be an exceptional player in Charlotte. I think that's not the case. I think with LaMelo, I think in Brandon Miller's case, what you have with him, you want to have a guy where he, in my personal opinion with Brandon Miller, I think that he's going to be able to feed off of LaMelo and not have to have too much of a playmaking, too much of an on-ball scoring job. He can be able to play off of LaMelo. I think Terry Rozier might be back there again. I just don't think that he's a horrible player like many people have been like proclaiming, especially with how they've reacted with getting him. Let me see if I can get these clips, but hold on. Let me get that. Y'all can see? No, y'all can't see it. All right, bet. There we go. It's so hard doing this off of one screen. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's so tough. If you're watching the stream still, definitely leave a like. Appreciate you for still watching. Again. But yeah, Brandon Miller. I think he, you know, people say Paul George comps. I hate the Paul George, the KD comps. Like, bro, let these dudes just be players. Let them hoop. But there is a skill set with what he can do. I think that in his ability, I think that it feels like I'm trying to boost this guy when people really don't like him. But I just don't think he's as bad as many people have proclaimed him to be. I just don't think that. I think that there's an avenue for him to be very, 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 very successful player in the NBA. And I think with a playmaking guard like LaMelo, who can get his own bucket, he can play off the ball as well, be able to develop in his own right. There's different avenues for him to be a very, very good player. So who has the best rookie year in the top 10 outside of Wemby? And with that being said, let's go on to pick number 3, because that's the guy who I think is very crazy. Scoot Henderson, man. Scoot Henderson. Now, I made a video about a week ago. I said the Blazers were on their way to make a mistake. They didn't make the mistake I thought they were going to make, but they definitely did make a mistake not trading Damian Lillard. I think that Damian Lillard needs to go. Drafting Scoot Henderson was the right pick. Scoot Henderson is a explosive, I would say explosive guard that can play make for others. And I think that in the system that they have here in Portland with Anthony Simons, with a Shaedon Sharpe, they have a really, really good backcourt with Anthony and Scoot, and you have Shaedon Sharpe who's developing in his own right. And I just feel like with Damian Lillard, I know he really, really wants to, he wants to win there and win championships in Portland and wants to, not run from the grind. I just feel as if like the time is now for Portland to go ahead and pull the trigger on that trade. Like it should have happened already. Like this is the perfect time. I think Damian Lillard, right now the reports by Chris Haynes that Damian Lillard wants to check his. I believe. Let me get the tweet. I believe he didn't have any. Let me check it real quick. Let me get it real quick because Chris Haynes was the one that reported this yesterday after the draft. And basically said that, Damian Lillard is in his own right. Yeah, right here. Let me share the screen. I think I share. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so where's it at? Yeah, Chris Haynes thinks Damian Lillard is considering his future with seriousness for the first time. I think this year is probably the most serious approach Damian Lillard is probably taking to ultimately decide what he's going to do. I don't know what else to tell you, man. Like, I just feel like it's time. It's time. Like, Portland is in a position where they can go ahead and build for the future. I feel like even with any type of trade they make to, accommodate Damian Lillard, the Western Conference is too stacked. You got Denver, who I think is going to be in the same running to win a championship again. You have the Kings who are going to improve. You have the Lakers who are going to improve still with AD and LeBron. The Clippers are a question mark, definitely. I think you can see an improvement from the Timberwolves, the Pelicans with a healthy Zion. There are so many question marks where I just feel as if, like, in Golden State as well, like there's so many question marks with the Blazers and even what they receive back. Is it enough to win you anything in the Western Conference? I don't see it. I don't see the avenue for it. I don't. But this guy's Scoot, bro. Man, like people don't understand. This guy is one. I honestly believe that we had a conversation with my friends. Do I think he's a better point guard prospect than Cade? I think Cade was in 2021. I personally think Scoot is better. I think Scoot is better due to the fact that he's played against G League competition over the past 2 years and has looked exceptionally well. And I think Cade is still a great prospect. Okay, don't take my words away from me. I said take my words away from me. But I just feel like, man, that boy Scoot he's gonna make an impact immediately day one with just his size, his physique at 6'2", I think 6'3" in shoes, and he's an explosive guard, man. Like, let me see if I can get the. I don't want to put the clips on because if I put clips on, they're definitely going to copyright it. So let me see. Man, like he's built like a linebacker at 6'2", 6'3". Built like a linebacker. I do think he needs to work on his shooting just a little bit. I think as a jump shooter, where's it at? As a jump shooter, I didn't even show y'all that, did I? Yeah, I think as a shooter, he has to improve. But besides that, great pick. But let's get into my team. My team. Y'all know who we got. Houston Rockets, 4th pick. Future Rookie of the Year. Y'all know who it is. Amen Thompson. Look, I think a lot of people have question marks with Amen Thompson just because of he played in OTE. You don't really have as much footage to look at his game, bro. Amen is a freakish athlete, and I think in Houston, which I really was important. I felt like it was important for us in this draft to come away with Scooter Amen. Getting Amen means that we have a 6'7" guy who can play make for others, has a freakish ability to get to the rim, and can defend at his size. And I told you before, you watch my videos, you know how important it is to have those wings that can defend and do a versatile amount of things. And Amen Thompson is able to do that. I love the pick. I love the pick of Amen Thompson. I personally don't think that day one, when the season begins, he's going to be the starter. I don't think he'll be the starter. I think there's a lot of movement that the Rockets are going to have, especially in free agency. But, bro, like, guy is nice. Guy is legit. Zeb, my guy, Zeb. What's good, man? What's good? My Niger brother. What's good, my guy? What's good? We're gonna get to the. I'm gonna get to the my next few picks after the top 4, but I'm gonna get into the winners after this. But yeah, the top 4 picks, Amen. I love the pick for Amen. I think he's going to be a really, really good piece in Houston, especially under Ime Udoka, who he loves versatility of his guards. He loves it. So you have a guy who can play make. I think he's working that jump shot. That jump shot is scary. I ain't gonna lie, he needs to work on that jump shot. But I'm excited for him. I'm excited. I love this pick for us. I love it. I love it. And I also love his brother going 5. His brother going 5 in the draft right after him. First brothers to go top 5 in the same draft together. Incredible. Asar, for people who don't know the difference between Asar and Amen, Asar is more of the defensive-minded wing who can also play make at times, knows how to cut, and is incredibly athletic, just like Amen. Amen's a little bit better. But I mean, this guy would be is a really, really good fit next to in Detroit, next to Cade and Ivy. With his ability to cut, his IQ as a defender, and I think his athleticism. Like what they have in Detroit right now, they have freakish athletes around Cade. You have Ivy who can get to the basket, Asar who can get to the basket. And I want to talk about, again, his jump shot has improved over time, and people don't, it still needs some work, but it has shown great improvements over the past few months. Really, really good player. But again, Ivy, Asar, you have Duran at the 5. Like this team is really, 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 really athletic along Cade. And I think that when you add in Bojanovic, who's a great shooter, you guys add in some shooting in the offseason, Detroit's going to be very, very, very nice. I like it. But yeah, Asar, shout out to the Pistons again, man. I know there's a little rivalry between the two with Jalen versus Cade. We got the 2 twin brothers, Udoka versus Monty Williams. You got a lot of things going on over there, man. Like I like that little small rivalry that we have among the rebuilding teams. The NBA needs to show that more, man. They have so many other teams. Like even if you're a rebuilding team, you're a fan of a rebuilding team, you know of the other rebuilding teams who are also like gaining pieces and doing well. So it's fun to watch. It's fun to see. So yeah, I like that pick. But let me go into some of the other picks that I loved in this draft. Matter of fact, let me go into the winners in my draft, winners in my own mind, winners. If I can go to the Utah Jazz, let me go to the Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz are winners. Give it up for the Utah Jazz. Utah Jazz are winners in this draft, in this NBA draft. I think that coming away with Taylor Hendricks, Keontae George, Sensabaugh, like they came out with 3 first-round picks and 3 guys who I think could have gone lottery at any moment. And I think that when you look at who they added, I think, again, with the pieces that they have in Utah right now, with Walker Kessler, and I said Walker. I said, yeah, well, they had Walker Kessler, of course, who came 3rd in Rookie of the Year voting. And you have Lauri Markkanen, who made a big leap going into the All-Star game this year. They have a really, really, really good team over there. And then you added in, I want to get their just show some of their footage real quick. Taylor Hendricks going 9 to Utah. Definitely. I could have seen him go to. Am I sharing the screen? I'm not sharing the screen. Bad. I definitely could have seen him go to Dallas. I had him probably going 10 to Dallas at one point, but I think this is still a good fit. I think at the 4, you could play alongside Lauri, can play defense as well. It's a very, very solid pick. Very, very solid pick next to him. And you have Walker Kessler as well. So they have some length down there in that front court. I think right now on their team, they have Colin Sexton. They have Agbaji from last year. And again, that man, Danny Ainge, numerous amount of assets over there to use to build out the rest of this team. Keontae George, I mean, like there's a lot of excitement with what they have. You have another young scorer in Keontae George. Let me get him. Oh, this is just him talking to. I'm not trying to hear him talk. I'm trying to see him hoop. But I like what they have over there. I really, really like what they have in Utah. Great. And they had Sensabaugh. I think if I remember clearly, I want to say he led the NCAA. No, he did not lead the NCAA in scoring. Let me check that. Actually, let me go to, where's this at? Let me see. He didn't. He did not lead the league in scoring, but he shot 40% from 3 last year at what school? I forgot what school he went. Ohio State. Shot 40% from 3 last year. So, again, some spacing to add to Lauri Markkanen and what you have there. I like it. I like what Utah did. I like it. What's good? What's good? Like, hey, for real. Like the stream. If you're still watching, like the stream. Appreciate you guys again. Yeah, I like I like Utah. Utah's a big winner to me. Utah's a very, very big winner to me. Another winner. I gotta go to the next pick. The Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks getting Derek Lively. And this is the one thing Dallas did, right? Shout out to Dallas. Dallas is a winner in my book. What Dallas did in this draft, being able to get off the Davis Bertans contract, which was, didn't provide you much, wasn't a player that you really needed going into next season. I think that getting off that contract and then adding in Derek Lively was a big W to me. I think that was a really, really, really good pick. I think Derek Lively is a type of center that fits well amongst Luka Doncic. And if you bring in Kyrie back again, that's a very, very good center. I think that what you're going to ask for him immediately is just to be able to be athletic enough to roam around the rim. I think that he's going to be a pretty good rim protector as well. I think he's going to, obviously as rookies are going to struggle a little bit, but I think he has the upside to be very, very good defender for this team. And in Dallas, for the most part, for the past few years with Luka Doncic, haven't been one of the better defensive teams in the NBA, but they can score. They can score at a high level. So I enjoy that they put emphasis on that defender, that defensive mindset that they need to improve on, especially with Luka Doncic. You also add in the fact that I believe they created some cap space again to make some moves in free agency. But amongst having Derek Lively, which I'll show some of his clips. I know if you look at his college tape, he only averaged 5 points and 5 rebounds a game. Not the best stats you want to see in college, but I will say at Duke, a lot of players who go to Duke, when you look at their stats per game, doesn't really translate to what they can do into the NBA. They usually play a little bit better. But again, I think he's very athletic, can finish, defender. You could say he's kind of raw, and I think he can stretch the floor just a little bit as he works in on that. He says he made a joke saying he could shoot the 3 ball. Like people are gonna sleep on him with that. But I think this is a really, really good center. My friend who's a Dallas Mavericks fan was talking about like he feels like he's the next Tyson Chandler. I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not gonna go that far and say he's the next Tyson Chandler, but I definitely think that he's a really, really good pickup. Really, really good pickup. And with Dallas doing that, creating some cap space as well, what they also did, which I enjoyed, I believe. Let me see if I can find them. I think they traded back into the first round, or it was in the second round. This player it was back into the first round. There we go. Olivier Maxence Prosper. There we go. He had a very, very good draft combine. And he rose up in draft boards. But one thing about Dallas that I'm enjoying what they're doing, they're putting a little more emphasis on defense this year, especially with the 2 picks that they brought in. And I think that with this guy here, I believe he has a 7'1" wingspan, being able to defend. I think that you already have offensive creation through Kyrie, through Luka Doncic. Guys are going to be able to perform. And like I said before, that long wingspan, you have a guy who can defend wings. Kind of like what they had in Dorian Finney-Smith back in the day. He was really, really good. I like these pickups by Dallas and getting off that contract with Davis Bertans. Is what it is. It's what it is. But yeah. And lastly, I think I'll go with 3 winners for sure. What a minute. Killer Cam. Cam Whitmore. How did y'all let Cam Whitmore fall to 20? Cam Whitmore going to 20 is like, I'm not gonna lie to you. By the time Adam Silver was at pick 12, I was like, bro, we got to get Cam Whitmore. We have to get Cam Whitmore by any means necessary. And I won't lie to you. This is a guy, and I'm gonna go to these mock drafts. I'm gonna show you real quick. I'm gonna show the Ringer. The Ringer sometimes be saying some crazy stuff, but I'll go to him here. This game, Cam Whitmore was ranked 11th on their draft board. I believe he shot up multiple times on their on their own board. You had different websites. Let me just go back to it. No, this is the mock draft. Oh, big board. I'm tripping. Cam Whitmore at 7. Like, this is a guy that was supposed to be one of the top 10 picks in the NBA, like one of the top 10 picks in this draft class, and arguably at top 6, top 7. He said he's a bust. He said Cam is a bust. Mind you, this is an OKC fan who's mad that they know Houston is coming. It's okay though. Go Bells. It's okay. I'm gonna be on stream. I'm gonna be on a pod tomorrow. We're gonna talk a lot about this draft tomorrow. Don't worry. But yeah. So like I said, Cam Whitmore falling to 20 is a blessing in disguise for Houston. It's not in disguise because it was open to everybody. Y'all just didn't want to draft him. But it's amazing that the Rockets were able to pull away with Amen Thompson and Cam Whitmore, who I think are arguably the two best athletes in this draft class. And I think with Cam Whitmore, the one reason why many people were scary about drafting Cam was just the fact that I believe with his medical reports, many people were debating about his if he could be injured. Like I believe there was a knee cartilage issue that they had seen that might be an issue near the back end of his career. And let me see if I can find it I want to see the correct let's see. Yeah, like I said, let me show right here. Share this tab right here. So again, yeah, there have been some concerns over Cam Whitmore's medicals, which caused a few teams to pass on him in the mid lottery. And to be fair, you can't even be mad at that, because the thing is, you think about it this way: you got NBA GMs who have to nail these picks. Some teams only have one pick in the draft, so they have to nail these picks and bring in a player that can give them some immediate impact immediately. So getting Cam Whitmore and having a guy who you probably didn't bring in to maybe he didn't come in and have a workout with you, and maybe you don't have as much scouting info that you want around the guy. Players drop. Like it's happened before. We've seen it with MPJ. We've seen it with Tari Easton last year, went to the Rockets. A lot of players drop in the draft, but the Rockets getting a guy who I think at only 18 years old, and his athletic ability, especially at his size at 6'8", his defensive upside is incredible for a team that was one of the like over the past. If you watch Rockets basketball, they don't have any clips of him. Crazy, that's crazy. Did he say 6'5"? Bro, 6. I've seen 6'7", 6'8". Am I tripping? NBA.com has him 6'5". I'm not sure if he's 6'5". I'm pretty sure that 6'6", 6'7". Okay, well. 6'8" in shoes. Sorry, we'll take that. 6'8" in shoes. We'll rock with that. You said, oh, that's Zeb. That's a good point. That's a really, really good point. So, like, if you guys haven't seen already, Lonzo Ball is definitely, I believe, out for the season. I believe he's out for the season due to the injury with his knee, and I think he is a caution to many teams, especially with players who have issues with their knees or just lower extremity issues. It's scary. It's scary, definitely. And it goes back to my point where it's like, at the end of the day, if I have this pick and it does not hit, then that means that I didn't do my job correctly. I might be on the hot seat immediately. So it's scary. You have to, like, some teams may not have the medical information on Cam that night, but the Rockets did a due diligence. They were able to, luckily enough, get him at 20. But there were already reports of the Rockets GM, Raphael Stone, trying to trade up to get him, which is, I mean, I would be trying to do that because, like, he's that good of a talent. But the Rockets were walking away with Amen Thompson and Cam Whitmore. Like I've said before, versatile wings. I think Cam is he is strong enough to get to the basket. Can shot 40% from 3 on catch and shoot 3-point shots. That is a player that the Rockets need. The 3-point shooting was not good last year. They were a small team. They need to put pressure on the rim and play defense and have athletic ability. I love it. I love the pick. I love it. Yeah, I love the pick. But I think those are my only true big winners. I mean, y'all let me know in the comment section what other winners y'all thought. I mean, when I look at the draft, I would say Golden State. I think, yeah, I think drafting Pods was good. Drafting Pods was a great pick. And I think he's the DiVincenzo replacement going into this season. But he's a really, really good player. I think he's a good shooter as well. Very, very good pickup. But I'm looking back. I know the Magic. Let me go look. I know the Magic drafted Anthony Black and Jet Howard. That's what it was. See, I did not think Jet Howard will go 11. I honestly believe Jet Howard would be I didn't think Jet Howard would go 11. I thought he would be there around the back end, or like around 17, maybe the middle of the lottery, but not lottery, middle of the first round. But I mean, hey man, the one thing I will say, I won't say draft losers. What is this? They won't let me share this? That's fine, I guess, but you know what I'm saying? But I think with one thing I'll say about the Magic, I question getting Jet Howard at 11. I think they probably could have traded back, got some more assets. I think he wouldn't have been at 11. I think at where they were at, I think all the player teams behind them probably had their pick set in behind. I think maybe Utah could have got Jet Howard at their pick. I think Utah was, what pick were they? Utah was, no, wrong screen. Don't know what you're doing. Utah was, after they got Taylor Hendricks, you have Jet, Derek Lively. I think OKC already made that trade. Raptors could have got him. Okay, maybe he would have been gone, but I'm not mad at it. I'll say this though: when it comes to NBA drafts, you got to get your guy and call it a day. If he ends up being that good, and all this doesn't even matter, because I view it like this: 2 years ago, Josh Giddey went 6. Many people thought he would probably go 10, 11, and now that pick looks like it was a great pick. So at the end of the day, get your guy, and that's what I think. But yeah, those are my winners. I think those are my winners for this year's NBA draft. There's some other sleepers. There's some picks I do like. I definitely like. Shout out to U of H. Go Cougs. Jarris Walker playing in Indiana with Tyrese Halliburton. I like that pick a lot. I like it a lot. I think that with Tyrese, one thing about Jarras too, people kind of compare him to like a miniature Draymond Green with offensive creation. And I think he can create. He's a very, very good passer, great defender. And I think that's a perfect fit next to Tyrese Halliburton, another guy at his size who can, feed off the roll, finish in a dunker spot. But even in that same spot off the roll, he can definitely be a great passer, help others in positions to create. And I think I'm not saying this guy's the next Jokic, but I think that he also adds a versatility at the big man position. I didn't show the screen. I keep doing it. I don't know why I keep doing it. I keep clicking on this screen to show y'all clips, and I don't show it to y'all. Y'all see my face rambling. I don't know why I keep doing it. My fault, y'all. My fault. But yeah, like I said before, like he's a defender. Definitely can create in his own right. Not a great on-ball creator, of course not. But I think he should definitely get some reps in that area in Indiana. And I think, again, in the short roll spot, he's a very, very good, willing passer and smart. So I like that around the Indiana Pacers. So they have Tyrese, Ben Mathurin, Jarras. And I think they were trying to trade and get Kuminga. But I think this is a really, really good sign, a great pickup by them. So, yeah, that's another pick I like. I don't like the Wizards trading. I don't like the Wizards drafting Bilal. No. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think Bilal went a little bit too early. I don't know. But then again, if that's your guy and he performs well, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But those are my winners, I guess. The Wizards, the Wizards to me it was just weird to me because I believe they had, if I remember clearly, the Pacers drafted first, then the Wizards drafted. Did they or? Yeah, yes, that's my thing. And that's the thing though, because this is what happens when you have, again, if you don't have a guy where you're scared about injury issues, or you're just scared for the fact that he doesn't seem like as motivated as he was. Because again, Cam Whitmore many reports from many teams said he wasn't as motivated as you want him to be. But I think Bilal was a little early, in my opinion, a little early. But again, it doesn't matter what I think. If he comes out and looks like Kawhi Leonard, I look stupid. So that doesn't matter. But I think that is the draft, the winners for me. I mean, to be honest with you, when it comes to just not losers, question marks. The only question marks I had going into the draft or coming out, I did not expect the Lakers to draft anybody. I thought they were going to make a move and maybe make a big time move. I thought Rob Pelinka had something up his sleeve. I don't mind the pickup. I believe. Let me check where they drafted again. I forgot his name. Oh yeah, JHS. Not a bad pickup. This is the shooting. The shooting has to translate, especially amongst LeBron James and AD. And I just feel like when you have those two guys, your main priority is definitely going to be, we need vets. We need guys who have been here in the playoffs. We need guys who have been in the league for a long time, who know the ins and outs. But you never know. He might be that missing piece. But I thought they were going to trade that pick, maybe try to gain another vet. I think that was the only other question marks to me. I think that's it. I think everybody who outside of the top three, OKC. I'm tripping. OKC got Cason Wallace. OKC for sure. You can argue the fact that they went ahead and got Davis Bertans contract, but Steve-O, hey, he says, I'm saying Steve-O, what's good? My guy. I was just talking about your Mavs. Look, case of big triple D product, you know. But again, just because my boy Ogaga's here, again, about the Mavs. Again, shout out to y'all boys again. I really do think that you guys getting rid of Davis Bertans' contract, adding in Rashawn Holmes, adding in Omax. Y'all predicated on y'all's front court, which has been trash for the past few years. Like y'all did y'all's thing, man. I like that a lot. But again, back to OKC, man. OKC getting Cason Wallace. And people debated, is he going top 10? Is he a top 10 player? Bro, this guy's going top 10. I knew he was going to go top 10. It would be weird if he didn't go top 10. He did go top 10, right? He did go top 10 because technically the Mavs drafted him and got traded back. So top 10 no matter. He went top 10. Cason Wallace is one of those picks where I feel like, you know what, he may not be like the number one guy, like the guy that we're talking about in year 1, year 2. But by the time we hit year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, and these guys primes, you're going to be like, oh, wow, Cason Wallace is a really, really impact player. I personally believe he fits the prototypical, if he's not your playmaking guard or the main guy scoring the ball at the guard position, he does what you need at the guard position. If he's not your main scoring guard. And you factor in the fact that he's playing amongst SGA, who went to Kentucky, Jalen Williams, who are willing passers, Josh Giddey, who is one of the best passers in the game right now, and the clip shows itself. He is a defender at his size. He is a defender. I need to check his 3-point shooting percentages, his catch and shoot. I think that's going to be a big sign to how he develops in OKC. But like, you look at how OKC has a two-way threat in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Great player. Then you talk about a guy with Jalen Williams, who, again, coming next weekend, probably on Monday or Sunday, my video, the top 25 under 25. Jalen Williams is a great two-way player who's efficient. Chet is coming back. You still have Luke Dort. Josh Giddey. I mean, people talk about Josh Giddey. He's not a crazy defender, but he can defend. And you add in Cason Wallace, who I think off the bench is going to be very, very good player. I think, what do I think OKC finishes next year? OKC, to me, it depends on how Chet performs. See, now if Chet comes out, and Chet to me doesn't even have to be like 20 and 10. If Chet is like a guy that gives you at least like 13, 10, maybe 1.5 blocks a game, defends the rim at a really, really good level, OKC makes a huge jump. Because I think Cason and Chet are two great defensive pieces that are going to help them. I think SGA is going to be good if Jalen Williams takes another step. I think they probably are a playing team again, but they're not the 10th seed playing. They're probably fighting for that 8th or 7th seed. I think it's possible with this team. But then again, we might be gassing them. They might have just had like a fluke year from this year. But I think from what we've seen from them, I personally believe they're gonna have a really good year. They should be I would stand right now at an 8th seed fighting for a playing spot. 8th or 9th seed. Pretty convincingly 8th or 9th seed. That's what I would say. Because I think SGA is just that good too. They have SGA. And free agency hasn't even begun yet, so we don't know yet. So yeah, I think Cason Wallace. So my winners for this year's draft, easily OKC, Houston, crud, I'm forgetting already. I mean, San Antonio as well, and Dallas. for the 3 Texas teams and OKC. Yeah, my winners for this draft. I think I like it. I like it. I like it. But like again, when I go through the draft again, I'm gonna go through just the names again. I feel like a lot of players fit where they went. Like I think Anthony Black going to Orlando, very very good player, and I think that I like him as the future guard out there over Cole Anthony. Question marks with Fultz, and I think it's important with their size already with Wendell Carter Jr., Franz Wagner, and Paulo. What the hell, Paulo? Yeah, now you have a 6'7" guy in Anthony Black, and then you added Jett Howard, who's 6'8". Very, very solid pick. Very, very solid. I like that. Grady Dick with Scotty Barnes out there. Shout out to my Scotty Barnes. What's Scotty Barnes at? My Scotty Barnes fan at. Yeah, he's like that. I like it. I like a lot of these picks. And then the second round, I didn't watch full of the second round, but there were a lot of really, really good picks by a lot of teams. The Warriors drafted where's he at? The Spurs got Leonard Miller. I didn't even notice that. They got Leonard Miller. Damn, that's a solid pickup. And Pistons got Najee too. Okay. That's really good. That's really good. I like that a lot. But where's that pick? I swear to Blazers too had a very underrated draft too. The Blazers had a really, really underrated draft. They got Ryan Rupert, and then they added Chris Murray, who I think when you talk about just having Leonard. Leonard went to the Wolves. Oh, okay. He went to the Wolves. He went to the Wolves. That's not bad too. They already have a lot of wing. Jaden McDaniels is a great wing defender. You added Leonard Miller. That's really solid amongst with Anthony Edwards. Cool. But the Blazers adding Scoot, then adding Chris Murray and Ryan Rupert. I think Chris Murray, if you talk about a guy who you can plug and play and just your role is very limited at just being able to shoot, great pickup. You have a guy who can stretch the floor with your athletic guys. Matter of fact, the thing they need to, man, I'm about to solo this. They need to get rid of. They got to get rid of Dame. They have to trade Dame. I look at it right now. You look at it because in my video I just made, Dame is going to give you so much assets to start your rebuild. Anthony Simons is one of the best off-ball players in the game. Off-ball. He don't need the ball in his hands to make an impact like that. He's an off-ball player as well. 60% of his points were assisted this year. So he's coming off the screens. He's that good. You just added Scoot Henderson, who is one of the most dynamic point guard prospects over the past few years. You still have Shaedon Sharpe. You have many young pieces on your team in the Nasir Little. Like I can go over the Pistons team. They have pieces. You have Chris Murray, who's also who's going to come in. We won't say he's going to make an impact immediately because he went 23, of course. But there's a foundation already there that you can build from. And I just feel like it'd be really, really, really bad by the Pistons to throw that away to try to maximize maybe the 2-3 years of Dame. And I just don't think it's enough in the Western Conference that's only getting better. I just don't think it's worth it, man. I don't. But that's hey, man. That's what they want to do. They do it. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey man. That's them, bro. That's them. I can't help them. But yeah, that's who it was. That's exactly who I was looking for, Steve. That's exactly who I was looking for. He was people hate advanced analytics, but he was one of the best players in this draft when it comes to advanced analytics. Tracy Jackson Davis. Yes. Yes, that's who it was. That's who this guy was. And I believe I saw his tweet where he was like, y'all are going to pay for making me go this far. It's always scary when a player does that. When a player feels as if like, yeah, you sleeping on me? Oh, bet I'm gonna make you pay. I'm gonna make you pay. Yeah. And I just feel like what the Warriors did in this year's draft, they drafted guys who had their production on the court was a positive. Every time they were on the court was positive. So adding him, Pods, I think they went a different avenue in this year's draft. 20-10 this year. I don't know. Well, we'll see. The real question mark for the Warriors again. How are they going to play? Are you going to utilize them? Because the last few guys, Jordan Poole and James Wiseman, where they at? It's not looking good. But yeah, I think that concludes the draft, though. I mean, again, the draft. Let me just go to. Let me go to the. I haven't checked my phone for the past hour. This is the first time I have not checked my phone in That's crazy. You imagine not touching your phone for like a good hour, bro? I can't. I just did it though, but this is what it is. But yeah, man, I'm really stoked for summer league, man. I'm really hyped for summer league, bro. I'm really hyped for summer league. Just knowing Wembanyama's gonna be there. I want Brandon Miller to prove the world wrong. Scoot Henderson versus Ahmed, the two athletic guards. That's interesting. The the Thompson twin battle. The Magic's duo with Anthony Black and Jet Howard. How is that going to be a combination of what they do? Jet Howard's also a great shot maker. So, Paolo Banchero wasn't the best three-point shooter this year. Adding him aside Jet Howard and Franz Wagner. Interesting. It's going to be interesting how you do that and how you develop it's going to open up Paolo's game for sure. It's going to open up his game most definitely. Grady Dick is interesting. He's already got a Drake follow. He was hyping that up. I feel like players like Grady Dick remind me of Corey Kispert, where they may not get hyped the first few years, but they're important to the game. So I like that. Again, the Jazz had a really, really good. I forgot the Utah Jazz had a really, really good draft. I love who they picked up: Taylor Hendricks, Keontae George, Sensabaugh. Love it. Jamie Jaime Triple J, Hispanic Triple J. Fuck it, that's what we call him. Hispanic Triple J. Hispanic Triple J is what we're gonna call you. We're gonna call you that. Because I'm trying to say in Latino language, but I can't. Jaime Jaquez Jr. Yeah, bet that's what it is. Very solid player. I like him. I thought he was gonna go to the Warriors. I thought he was gonna be the next pick. But I didn't do too much scouting on him. But from what I've seen, he looks like a player that's gonna fit in Miami if he can shoot the three ball. Yeah, I like him. I like him. Let me go back to. Yeah. They got Steve. They got what's it called? What's bro name? But yeah, draft was cool. Draft was fun. Shout out to them boys. Hope they perform well. Not rooting for every single one, because I know my guys, Ahman and Cam, shit. I'm rooting for them boys for sure. But yeah, shout out to them boys, man. Shout out to them boys. Hey man, look, if you're still watching the stream, again, leave a like. It helps the stream, man. It helps the stream out. Appreciate y'all boys. Again, if you are in this summer heat, I know it's hot. I'm in Houston right now. This heat is killing me. This AC is killing me. You know what it is. You can get 20% off Manscaped plus free shipping. Use the code DJ Stevo. Go ahead and protect your stuff, man. Groom yourself, man. Groom yourself. Please. Don't be out here fooling around looking stupid. But that concludes the draft. We're going to talk about these trades. A lot went down. Let me go right into it, because the first one we're going to talk about, CP3, Jordan Poole. CP3 is not a Warrior. CP3, Chris Paul, the guy who was laughing at Chris. I said Steve Kerr. What the heck? It's interesting what the Warriors gave up just to get off the Jordan Poole contract. And I'm gonna go give you guys the full trade details. Let me get the full trade details. Actually, let me type this in. Actually, what do y'all think about that trade in the comment section? Let me know what y'all think about that trade. Because personally, for me, I don't think that trade was that. I'm assuming the Warriors are still making other moves, but man, I'm not moved. I'm not moved by that trade at all. But it was like I said, I think again, it's a flexible move. I can't even get the full. Let me see. Can't even get the full. Let me do this. Let me see. Warriors full, Chris full trade details. Full trade history. I mean, he only been traded 2 times in his career? He's been traded a bunch of times, actually, now I think about it. He's been traded a bunch of times. Oh, man. Chris Charles, bro. Oh, my God. Okay, let me do this. I'm typing it in the right way now. Warriors. What was the other team? Wizards. So. One second. Let me get it. There we go. I can't even get the full trade details. Oh my goodness. On NBA.com. Let me go to NBA.com. Okay, there we go. Finalizing deal. Oh my goodness. I can't even get the full detail. Where can I get this stuff at? How does this impact LeBron's legacy? I'm not gonna lie to you. LeBron's legacy is already cemented. So if you're still talking about LeBron's legacy, hey bro, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, Rose. I do not know what to tell you. Okay, bet. There we go. I think there's more to this trade in the first. A lot has happened to the trade so far. But off the first, what happened last night? Warriors received Chris Paul. Wizards received Jordan Poole, Ryan Rollins. I know they also received Patrick Baldwin Jr., the rookie from last year, a 2030 first round pick, and a 2027 second round pick. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm not moved by this trade at all. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not intrigued by this trade. I feel as if like what the Warriors needed to do was get off this contract with Jordan Poole, which was fair. I get it. Jordan Poole took a down year, a lot of turmoil within the locker room due to, we know what happened. We know what happened. But I feel as if there were other avenues for you to get off of Jordan Poole's contract and get more in return. You look at the fact that Kristaps Porzingis was traded a day after. Yeah, it's nothing. It's not like Chris Paul. Don't get me wrong, smart. Like he's one of the high IQ players in the game. High IQ player. He knows what he's doing. Like he's going to be a veteran leader. He's that guy. We know what he can do. But I think people don't realize how important Jordan Poole was to the team in a regular season, especially when they were on the just all over sorts. This is a guy that gave you 20 a night. Yes, on a little bit poor efficiency, but those are 20 points that this team had to score by who? Who else was going to score 20 points on this team when Stephen Curry was out? Clay. Wiggins was gone for some time. Jordan Poole was there, and in stretches, Jordan Poole looked really, really good. And now you have Chris Paul, who I think, he's a great floor general, a great playmaker, high IQ guy, but I don't think he's not the same defensive player. He is not the same player as a scorer who puts pressure on the rim. And Jordan Poole, in his own right, was a guy who could get to the rim. Yes, he was not the best player scoring the ball, especially with all this going on in Golden State as a finishing around the rim. Like, he was able to get to the rim. He was able to do that. He can do that. Chris Paul does not have that ability in his game right now. And I think what the Warriors were just doing was just trying to get off that contract and make another move next year, because I think when Chris Paul's money's not guaranteed, next year's free agency class, they can make a lot of moves to maybe shore up the roster again. But I just think that move just wasn't enough. And I'm assuming that they're going to make another move in a free agency and somehow improve this roster. Like, it's whatever to me. Now to Washington, I think this is a solid low risk move. Like I said, it's a low risk move. You get Jordan Poole. You have a guy where, last year averaged 20 points per game. The season before, he was in 6th man of the year race. He was a 6th man of the year. People were looking at him being a 6th man of the year. One of the better young pieces in the game. Was a big factor in them getting to the championship and winning the championship. He's going to have much more freedom in Washington, playing amongst Tyus Jones, who they also received in another trade we'll talk about. Who's a great playmaker. He's going to be able to play the game freely, develop, and I think that's important for Jordan Poole. I think we've seen flashes of Jordan Poole where he's like, "Hey, this guy looks like a top scorer in today's game. His handle looks crazy." I think I like it. I like Washington taking a chance on that, and especially with their rebuild, you got to pay that money. The money got to go somewhere, and I think Jordan Poole's not a bad player. Just take a chance on, especially in their rebuild. I would say that, I'm off rip. I'm giving the Warriors a C, and I would say I give the Wizards a B, like a B. But this is just banking on the fact that I just assume the Warriors are going to do more. They're going to do more. But there's no way they go into year 2 as Wiggins as their number 2. And I had a debate with my friend about that. Steve, funny enough, I was like, well, Wiggins is not a number 2 option for their team. Oh, let me backtrack that. I think Wiggins is a great piece. I think he can provide number 2 production for a team, but I don't think his role is set to be the number 2. I think the Warriors are proactively for another all-star caliber player, like a Siakam, a guy who they can say, okay, outside of Steph not having it, we can go to somebody else. We can go to you. I think that's what they're gonna do going into free agency. They need to look for a player who can do that for them. Because I think looking at how Klay performed in the playoffs, it's you can't rely on him to be your number 2 option nightly. I think he needs to take a step back. And I think Wiggins has it. Wiggins can do it. Matter of fact, Wiggins is not Wiggins versus the world. All I am saying is that Wiggins, he has the tools to be their number 2, but for what the Warriors need for them to be just as good as a championship team as they were before, another reliable 2 that can fill in that role. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Nobody doubting. Man, I made a video about Wiggins. I made a TikTok about Wiggins. I love Wiggins. I think Wiggins is great. I just think that Wiggins is suited as a number 3. As a number 3, give you number 2 production at times, and that's about it. But I mean, look, Wiggins could prove me wrong again. But I just think that the Warriors, especially for them to compete in this year's what's in the Western Conference, you can't go to war as Wiggins as the number 2. Wiggins as a number 3 is more than enough. Get a nice number 2 right next to you. Maybe see. People question the Siakam fit, but another player out there, I don't know. But I just think that the Warriors are gonna make another move. Let's go into. I know there was another trade that happened. What was where's my drive? You go drive at. Yes, talking about the Warriors, who they could have picked up, Porzingis, and this is who I think they should have picked up. I don't know why they didn't do that because again, Porzingis made enough money for you could trade for what you gave up for what Porzingis was giving up for. You could have gotten him, and that would have been a really, really nice piece next to Steph. And he had a great season last year. But let me type this in, Marcus. Hold on now. Where that? He gonna be talking in Ebonics. What are you saying, bro? What are you saying? But let's do this. Smart Porzingis trade, right? Google's smart enough to find the article, right? Sure to find an article. Yes, 3-team deal. Now, first, this trade was backed out by the Clippers. Backed out. They would have got Malcolm Brogdon, and I think the Celtics did not want to trade Marcus Smart. I don't think they wanted to trade him. I think they wanted to keep him, and I think that Malcolm Brogdon was the guy that was supposed to leave in that Clippers trade. But with the Grizzlies, with having to back out of that trade and adding in the Grizzlies, I think it made the most sense for them to go ahead and get Marcus Smart. I mean, Malcolm Brogdon had an injury issue that they just couldn't. That just ruined the trade basically. But the Celtics received Kristaps Porzingis via the Warriors, via the Wizards, earned the 25th pick in this year's draft from the Grizzlies, and I believe who did they draft? They drafted. Did they get that pick? Hold on now. It says 23, correct? 25. Oh, traded to Detroit. Well, they didn't even keep the pick, so that does not matter. Doesn't matter. A 2024 first round pick, top 4 protected from the Warriors. Okay, that's pretty solid. And the Grizzlies received Marcus Smart, and the Wizards received Tyus Jones, Danilo Gallinari, Mike Muscala, and the number 35 pick. Now, first off the rip, y'all got to give some credit to Brad Stevens. Brad Stevens did a very good job trying to re-up this roster with what he had, even after them missing the finals and losing Game 7 in the fashion that they did. I think Porzingis is a great pickup, a very good pickup. What made the Celtics so deadly in their finals run last year was that they had a great rotational big man their big man with Daniel Tice, Al Horford, Robert Williams, who made all defensive team that year. And with that size in their front court, they were able to battle amongst a lot of teams in the Eastern Conference who have Joel Embiid, who have the Julius Randles, you have the Giannis Antetokounmpos. The Eastern Conference has a lot of big guys in the front court. And adding in Porzingis allows you to be able to defend and still have your length, but also still be able to stretch the floor and have the option to play a 5-out offense and to play with space, which the Celtics love to do. So I love it, and I love the fact that, funny enough, if you watch Gilbert Arenas, I'm gonna pull Gilbert Arenas' clip real quick because Gilbert Arenas called this. He called this to a T, And at the time, it made no sense. Nah, wow, that's stupid. I didn't even get that. What I wanted. Let me go to it. Let me find it. Because Gilbert Arenas called this. He literally said, hey, bro, the Celtics don't have a number 3 that can get them 20 points per game. And it was kind of like it felt like a dumb take because, their others on their team are still good. But now that you think about it, adding in Porzingis, it adds even more offensive power to them. And it still allows them to be versatile on defense as well. I said Arebus. I'm not changing that. Gilbert Arenas, what was it? Celtics. Issues. Okay, bet. I think
for all the Boston fans out there, this is how horrible.
All right, bet. All right. Y'all see this? All right, bet. Y'all can't see this. Grizz got GG Jack. Yes, they did get GG Jack. That's a lot of trades happen. Like when you look at the trade details by after they put out like the trade notes, a lot of things changed throughout the draft, and they haven't even updated it yet. But I'm gonna show y'all this real quick because this is what Gilbert said, and it caught my eye. I was like, okay, this kind of makes sense.
Your team really is. You take your 2 stars, put them aside because they're stars. The other 3 starters, Marcus Smart as a starting point guard, he ranks 27 out of 30. White as a point guard, 29, 30. That is the 2 guards that you are starting with. Now, let's add Horford as a starting power forward. Kevin Love plays 5 to 7 minutes. So obviously he's gonna rank last. Horford is right in front of him. So 3 players on your team is in the back of starters. If you took those 3 and put them on the bench, them 3 are still not better than Heat's bench. That's how horrible that starting 5 is. We're not talking about Tatum and Brown. They are legit players, right? In their position. You have to calculate the rest of the team. For all the Boston fans.
So I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of like I won't say not a casual take, because it's off the first glance, it looks that way. It looks as if you don't realize how important Derek White is as a defender, Marcus Smart is as a defender, and Al Horford's versatility, even though he didn't look that great in the Heat series. But I think when you look at now, when you add in Kristaps Porzingis, there's a level of okay, even with those 3 guys on that team who aren't the greatest scorers on their team, if Brown isn't having it, Kristaps Porzingis can fill in that role at times. And I think people need to look at how Kristaps Porzingis has looked over some time since he's been traded from Dallas. He's looked really, really good. I believe this year he had one of his better years in efficiency, averaged 23, 24. I'll pull it up, 23 to 24 points per game. He had a really, really, really good season. Let me see if I can find it here. I think they wrote about it too. 23, 8 and 2 and 1.5 blocks. Most games he's played 65 games this year. This was a really, 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 really good season by Kristaps Porzingis, bro. He had a really, really good season, and I think that amongst the Celtics, it's solid. It's a solid pickup. I think letting go of Marcus Smart is tough, though. It definitely is tough. It definitely is tough losing Marcus Smart because as much as people talk about his offensive deficiencies, he is a guy that I don't want to say culture, but he is an important piece to that team, and I truly believe he is. But I think for the Celtics, I love the pickup by Kristaps Porzingis, and on top of that, his contract expires next year. And you have the Jaylen Brown extension coming in, the Supermax, and I think you got to take your chances to try to win the championship. And I think adding Kristaps Porzingis is solid pickup. The Grizzlies getting Marcus Smart, I love it. I love the Marcus Smart pickup. I love it because you now have 2 guys. Two of the last Defensive Player of the Year award winners, one in the backcourt, one in the front court. Not to mention, you have the length and size on your team with a Brandon Clark is coming back from ACL injury. I don't know if he'll come back by December, but he'll be back. You have Steven Adams. You have 2 great shooters. Desmond Bane, who's already making a leap in his on-ball creation. You still have Luke Kennard off the bench. And John Morant when he comes off a 25-game suspension. I didn't even mention Jaren Jackson Jr. This team is really, 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 really solid. I love the pickup by Marcus Smart. I think he's going to be a leader that they need in Memphis. They need a leader in Memphis. They need a guy who understands how to win, has won, and can impact their locker room. Like, I think Dylan Brooks, like a better version of Dylan Brooks. Well, yes, but when it comes to locker rooms, as being a guy who can impact their team and just be a leader for these guys. I just think that the Grizzlies at times they get a bad rap. I don't think they're a horrible team, but I like Memphis picking up Marcus Smart. He's going to impact their defense. John Moran is, when he comes back, the team is going to need him to perform at a high level for them to reach their ceiling. And if they reach their ceiling, they could shock a lot of teams, bro. They could shock a lot of teams. Losing Tyus Jones was huge. I think that at the end of the day, you got to make a decision that can not only help your locker room but also add something to your team. And I think that on the defensive end, Marcus Smart's going to help them there. For the Wizards, again, I love the Tyus Jones pickup. I think that's your starting point guard. If I was them, I probably would listen to offers for Tyus Jones, but I would not be mad at keeping him and having him start the entire season at point guard and seeing how he does, and maybe trading him at the trade deadline and getting some assets back. But he's a very, very good point guard, one of the higher assist to turnover ratios in the NBA. I like it. The Wizards, what they had at the time in their rebuild, they were able to do something. So I'm okay with it. I like what the Wizards did. I like it. I'm cool with it. But this is a cool trade. I like it. I think all parties got what they needed and what they wanted. So that's solid by them. Solid by them. Let me see. And I think the last trade we'll talk about today. I made a video on this, man. Matter of fact, I made a video on this exact trade. Bradley Beal to the Suns. Bradley Beal to the Suns. We won't talk too much about this because I already made a video on this. If you haven't already, go ahead and after you finish watching the stream, go ahead and watch it on the channel, on my channel. Bradley Beal, it's interesting. It's interesting. I think many people have them as the Suns as one of the best teams in the Western Conference, which is fair. And I did not know that they added in Isaiah Todd and Jordan Goodwin. No, not these guys. The Wizards got wait, hold on. This is wrong. The Wizards also received more. No, I'm tripping. Wait, the Suns received Chris Paul. This is okay. They put Bradley Beal. They messed up. Anyways, the Suns received Bradley Beal and Jordan Goodwin, and they picked up Isaiah Todd. 3 players. Those 2 players are going to be very, very important in their rotation because they already lack the ability to make as much moves in the CBA due to they're over the cap. Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, 3 amazing offensive players in the game. There's not much to really say when it comes to the fact of what they can do on offense because they're going to be so versatile. The main question mark is just their depth. Now, what can they do? Or what's their plan? And I think, especially with the ability of maybe trading DeAndre Ayton, they have to think about it. But there are reports that they aren't going to trade him. It's the Suns. The Suns are a tricky team to really figure out. You really won't know much about them until free agency. But from what they have on paper, it's a solid core. It's one of the best trios in the game. Will it be enough to win a championship, which is the goal? Because they gave up. They don't own their draft picks until 2031. They don't control their draft till 2031. So it's interesting, man. I mean, I will say they're at least locked in for the next 4 years with these 3 guys. So you got a lot of time to make moves. So we'll see what happens. But if you want to find out more about that, what I think about that, go ahead and check out my video on my channel. It's there. But I think that's gonna conclude the stream for today. I think that concludes the stream. Who has the best aura in the league? 1 second. You said the best aura in the league. 1 second. Matter of fact, we'll do this. We'll do this. Actually, hold on. I'm not finna show you my password because no cap. Something might happen. We're not finna do that. Let's do that real quick. Oh, I already have an account. Yeah, what are we doing? Yeah, let me get this real quick. Continue. Yeah, best aura in the league. We're gonna ask the AIs. You said who has the best aura in the league, huh? Mind you, I'm pretty sure the person who typed this is 29. Crazy. We're not gonna ask too many questions. Okay, bet. So we're gonna ask them this. We're gonna ask them this. All right, bet. Who has the best aura? Not even typing it for sure. Who has the? We're gonna ask. Yeah, the best aura in the NBA. We're gonna see what he says. The best one is. Yeah, I don't know what you talking about. I ain't gonna lie to you. The best aura in the NBA. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. You know the answer. Y'all know the answer, man. Y'all know the answer. Come on now. Let's be serious here. Let's be serious here. I know what the best aura is. Come on now. Come on now. That's besides the point. That's besides the point. But nah, man. I think that's going to conclude today's stream. Look, I don't know how many viewers we had. Wait, my bad, Steve. My bad, Steve. Let me get that boy. Get that boy. There you go. There you go. There's your guy. There you go. But nah, for real. Shout out to everybody who tapped into the stream. I really want to keep on streaming and add it to the channel. It's gonna get better, I know, but it's gonna get better. I hope you guys enjoy for real. Again, if you guys enjoyed the stream, leave a like, subscribe, tell your friends about the DJ Steve channel. More coming up. I have videos coming up this weekend. Turn the post notification bell so you never miss a video. Again, shout out to Manscaped again for the sponsorship. If you have any products on Manscaped that you are looking for, use my code DJ Steve for 20% off and free shipping on that. It is hot in Houston. You are watching this video right now. You are in your living room and it's hot. I don't care if you're in Alaska, Houston, Mo City, Dallas. It's hot. So go ahead, check that out. Go ahead and get something from Manscaped, courtesy of DJ Steve-O. Yeah. He said, nah, but for real, hey, appreciate you guys again. Be on the lookout for some more content. Stream. A matter of fact, I'll tell you this right now. There will be a stream next week. We'll be looking at the free agency class before the free agency market begins, and we'll talk about some more NBA news that happens before then. But until next time, shout out to you guys again. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you on the next one. Stay on beat. All right, bro.